Sabrina from Campbell's Freedom Farm, and today we're in front of the Pink Guava containers. And remember, last year I planted some beautiful flowers that were supposed to be annuals, but when you bring them in, they're actually perennial. Most plants are perennial somewhere. Not all, but great majority. But I decided with these containers, I want to do some wonderful foliage. What kind of foliage? How about the Coleus? Let me grab them. All right, the first Coleus we're going to plant is the Fairway Mosaic. Why is it called a mosaic? Because the beautiful splashes of red on the regular green color. Now, where does the green color come from? It actually comes from the quantity of chlorophyll that the leaves hold. So you've seen the lime ones, which are just stunning, and then you see other ones. It just depends how much chlorophyll. Every Coleus has chlorophyll. Obviously, it's a plant. But then, with the red, it is different. It's not because of the chlorophyll. It's coming from a chemical compound. And this chemical compound, along with the chlorophyll, make the brilliant reds, which brings us to the next plant. This is the Black Dragon, and it looks almost burgundy or black. I mean, it kind of matches with my hair. But if I flipped it over, and I'll take pictures, it actually looks like purple on green. And that's because that chemical is mixing in with the chlorophyll, and it makes it look like it's black. So, with this being said, in 1851, the green Coleus went to Europe. Europe loves their plants. A plant to them is a fashion statement. And so they loved it. But then when they figured out with this chemical, they could make other colors, it was a big pop. And it was a big money maker. So in 1877, William Bull cashed in on it. Well, for a while. He sold every seed for 43 cents? 44 cents. That's big money in 1877 because Europe wanted that unique. They wanted to be the fashion statement. So later on, they decided they liked the green, and he lost his money-making plant, although I'm sure he made a lot of money and he was okay. Now, let's talk about planting these. So I'm going to alternate with the black and then the red all the way around. And so it'll be mostly black with a little hint of the red. These could get really large, 2 foot, but if I want to trim them, we're going to just prune them, and then we can make some cuttings out of that. Remember last year for Halloween, I did a whole bunch of cuttings with the black and the reds for the holidays, especially Halloween. I have a grandson. He loves Halloween. So let me plant these and let me show you the end result. All right, we're finished. Now let's talk about the care of this. Now, these like rich, kind of moist, not overly wet, but very moist. So you need to really keep up on the watering on this. And if you keep up on this, this will just cascade over. It'll just fill this whole area to the point that we'll have to prune it if you want to make those cuttings I was talking about. But this is just a stunning arrangement without flowers. However, in the fall when it does seed, maybe we should cash in on some of these, like William Bull. But really, I cut the seeds off unless I want them because these are an evergreen perennial that will overwinter in my basement. So once they're in here, unless I move them, which I might next year, they'll be here. But this Sabrina from Campbell's Freedom Farm, think about planting with some foliage plants. It's something that you don't have to worry about as much. You don't have to worry about it blooming or anything else. You just sit back and look. Have a great day.